Got more and more things with Obama. It's just so many. It's just amazing how many things that our government can get away with. There's so much junk. There's so many backroom deals. So many little things they add into the laws they do just to that benefit them. I'm trying to. There's a phrase they use when they add stuff into a law. I forgot what they call it. It's like I can't remember the phrase they use, but what they'll do is they'll make a deal. And they'll say, all right, I want you to pass a law, but when they do, they'll add a little something in there that benefits something they're involved in. Like, I got a housing development, I got some kind of housing development maybe in this county. Well, I'll add this, and they'll say, all right, we'll pass this law, but I also want you to add this in the law where it gives $1 million to my housing project. They'll kind of sneak it in there. There's a phrase that they call that, and it happens all the time. Republican and Democrat. That's how wicked our leaders are. I don't have any trust in them, really. Any. I don't care who they are. I don't trust any of them. They're all politicians. They're all liars. They do that to make money. They're up there to make money. They're not up there to be public servants. They're up there to see, hey, this is the best place right here to make $1 million, make millions of dollars, and not have to do any kind of hard work to do it. It's a perfect place to be to make a lot of money and then retire. I'd just go up there. Man, if I was up there, if I was thinking about money and really was greedy and a real cheat and a swindler and everything, I'd go up there, give me one term, make $1 billion, make millions of dollars, then I'd retire and go. I wouldn't care if I got elected or not. I'd retire and go home. Be done with it. I'm just being honest. That's really all those people go up there for. They're not up there to serve anybody, really. And Obama's not either. People actually think. Some people actually really believe that he cares about them and really is out looking out for them, and he is not. He's looking out for himself. He's looking out for his family. He's looking out for how much money he can get out of all this. He has absolutely no interest in anybody else, the Republican or Democrat. The only reason that a lot of people vote for him is for one reason right now. Really, two reasons. Two reasons why people vote for him. What is it? What is it? What is it? What is it? Well, he's black. All black people vote for him. He's black. That's all they look at. When they look at him, they want to accuse people of racism all the time. You're racist, you're racist, racist. They must be racist because they vote for Obama simply on one reason. He's a black man. They're not going to vote for a white person over a black man or a black woman anytime. I don't care what you say. If you had a white Democrat and a black Republican, they vote for the black man, even though he's Republican. They will see race over party any day. Right now, almost all the blacks are always Democrat. They're always Democrats, seem like. Majority of blacks are Democrat, even though the Democrats are the ones that treat them like garbage, really. The blacks are not treated well in the Democratic Party, the Democratic Party system. They don't like blacks, they don't treat them right. Some of you think that the Democratic Party love you. You really think they love you, and they're here, and they're the party of the women's rights, and they're the party of the minority, and they're the party for the oppressed black man, and the Republicans are the evil rich man's party that only favors the white people and wants to keep all the minorities and all the non-white people in bondage and all this kind of stuff. And you believe that trash. And you say, I'm not going to vote for a bunch of racists like the Republicans. I'm voting for the Democrats that stand for the little guy. They don't stand for the little guy. The Democrats are the ones that started and put you in slavery to start with. The Republicans are the ones that got you out. Don't you know that? Are you that dumb? You actually think the Democrats care about you? When the Civil Rights Act was being passed in the 60s, the majority of people that were pushing it were the Republicans. The Democrats are the ones that didn't like it. You still got this idea that the Republicans hate you and are evil. They're evil. They don't stand for blacks. They stand for the white people only. They care about whites, and they only look more towards the rich people. They want to keep the rich people standing stuff. It's stupid. Black people right now, all the blacks right now, listen to me. Look, I know you probably don't want to hear anything I'm saying because I'm white, so you're automatically saying, oh, he's white, he's racist. There's some black people out there that say the same thing. I know you don't like them, but the thing is, you can't call it. What are you going to do, call them racist too? They're racist. Well, they're black. I can't remember the guy's name. I can't remember his name, but we had the videos that come. My father gets his videos. He's a young man. He's probably a little bit younger than I am. and he posts stuff, and he's not for all this trash either. And he talks about Obama, and he doesn't talk good about him either. There's been some others. The one that called Obama Senator Tarzan. He's a preacher. He don't like Obama. Why don't you go talk to some of them? I know you think all black people don't like Obama. I just wish it was more that would see through his facade and see through his trash and see through his lies and his oppression of the black people and see through the Democratic Party's oppression of the black people and rise up and say, we're not taking this trash no more. We're not living like this. The black, look, all you black people out there, look, the Democratic Party got you into this mindset that whites owe you something. White people owe us something. They're oppressing us. They've got you thinking that the Republicans and whites are the reason that you may have a bad life. Oh, I live in the projects. I'm not being racist. A lot of black people live in projects and live in government housing and live in stuff like that. Live in slums and the ghettos, all that kind of stuff. I'm not. That's a fact. That's not something I made up. But they'll get them to thinking, hey, I'm here and this is all I can get, and the reason I'm here is because of Republicans, because of white people, because of rich people. It's their fault. The Democrats have got their mindset into that, when really it's the Democrats putting you there and want you to stay, and they want you to stay there. The Democrats don't want you to be successful like Herman Cain. They don't want you to be like that. They don't want blacks to be like that. They don't want you to be conservative, and they don't want you to be a black person that gets up and says, I'm not living like this, I'm not living in the ghetto, I'm not going around being Mr. Baby Mama, Baby Daddy, and all that kind of garbage. I'm not going to go around going from bed to bed, having chin kids, and I don't know who they are. And they promote that too. They promote that trash too. I'm not going to go around saying it's Whitey's fault that I'm like this, and white told me something, and they treated my forefathers, my ancestors bad, 150 years ago, even though the ones that did that are dead, and my ancestors are dead too. That all that happened way back in the past, and they want to keep reminding them that, hey, one day, at one point or another, y'all were raped, y'all were oppressed, and y'all were treated wrong, and it's Whitey's fault, and you got to pay him back, and he owes you for all the evil he did to you, and all this kind of trash. And they just keep them into that mindset, and they hate a black person that gets up and says, I'm not living there, I refuse to live and refuse to believe that the only thing I can get is some house in the projects, and I refuse to blame whites for all my problems, and I refuse to blame rich people and Republicans for my problems. I refuse to blame other people for my problems. If I stay like this, it's because of me. I'm going to go make something out of my life. I'm going to go to school. I'm going to try and get a good job. I'm going to try to work hard. I'm going to be somebody. They don't like that kind of a black person. You may think I'm lying, but they don't. The Democrats don't like that kind of black person. They don't like a successful black person that has a good job and is making good money and has a nice house and is not walking out saying, I hate white people all day, and saying the reason I couldn't get a job and the reason I can't get nowhere is because Whitey holds me down, because the Republicans hold me down. They don't like that kind of black person. Obama don't like it. He likes you to stay in your little rut of Republicans and whites are your enemy. I'm your friend. The Democrats are your friend. We're the ones that care about you. Just support us and everything will be okay. And they believe it. They got you in slavery. Not physical slavery with the chains and working the field. Not that kind of slavery. It's a slavery of the mind. It's a mind slavery. It's a slavery to them. You got to continue to follow them if everything's going to be all right. You're stuck. A lot of the average black people are stuck in the slum environment. They're stuck in this mindset of, like I said before, it's a slavery to Whitey's the problem, Republicans are the problem, rich people are the problem. The reason I'm not successful, the reason I'm like this, the reason I have to depend on drugs, and the reason I get into drug and in the gangs, and the reason I do this and this and this is because of them. Is it my fault? No. And who's the one's going to get me out of this? The Democrats will get me out. I don't have any money. I can't pay for nothing. Well, if you just join the Democratic Party, they'll give you everything. They'll hand you out. They'll give you handouts. Yeah, they'll give you a bunch of handouts. They'll send you a check every month from welfare for not doing anything. And they'll send you a free Obama phone and all this kind of trash. And the average black person is stuck in that. Whites too. There's whites that are into that trash. They're stuck into that slavery system. It's a form of slavery. It's a mind slavery. It's not a physical slavery where you walk in the fields and you do work all the time. It's a slavery of the mind. But the thing is, it's like an invisible slavery. You know, it can be visible. It's visible to most people, that people that are not in it. It's visible to them. And like me, I'm trying to tell you about it to break that trash. But the ones that are actually in it just don't see it. They're just like, I'm not in slavery. Look at all the money I have. Some of them actually may have a nice, decent looking house, maybe. But they're not paying for it. You know, they're not the ones paying for it. The taxpayers are paying for it. The people that work are paying for it. Because they're too sorry and lazy to work. They just want to get their hand out and get their free Obama phone and get all that and continue to support the Democratic Party and continue to get a free paycheck every month and just say, yeah, life's good. They're in a slavery. They don't even realize it. There are whites that live in that trash, that live in that junk too, and they're pathetic. The blacks that do it and the whites are pathetic when they do that. You're pathetic. That's the reason why the average person votes for Obama right there. They're going to continue to get their free handouts, and they look at him and say, he's black, he's a Democrat, we're going to vote for him. And also remember, if he's a Democrat, we're going to continue to get our free stuff. That's what it amounts to. That's what it amounts to right there. It has nothing to do with anything else. It's one thing. He's black, he's a Democrat, handouts, and free money, free stuff. And they know if they say, hey, Republican means I have to get out and work for what I get. I don't want to do that. I'd rather just be lazy and not do anything. That's how they look at it. It's really pathetic and sad, but it is. It is. It's pathetic. This is what you should do right here. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not unto thy own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. Be not wise in thine own eyes. Fear the Lord, and depart from evil. People are not doing that. Period. Ain't nobody doing that. There's hardly anybody doing that. Especially anybody who votes for Obama is not doing that. God did not lead you to vote for Obama. In fact, God does not really lead anybody to vote for anybody because they're all crooked, lying politicians. And will say anything to get a vote and just want you to vote. Now, I did vote last time, but it wasn't because God said vote for anybody. And it wasn't because I liked Romney. And it wasn't because I liked Republicans really that much. But it was all out of this. Just maybe we could get rid of Obama. Maybe we could get rid of that retard because he's destroying this country. Maybe we can get rid of him and stop his damage limit his damage to 4 years. And maybe something can be reversed. But he won. Romney didn't do much better than McCain did. About maybe a couple states. We want him a couple more states. It just shows how divided the country really is. Half works, and it's still some conservative. The other half is completely lazy. Don't work at all. Gets a free check from the workers. Loves Democrats. Loves handouts. Liberal. Hates God. That's pretty much. And by the way, there's a lot of the conservatives that hate God. Really, they're just conservative and just work. But they don't like God either. The Democrats and the Democratic crowds surely don't like God. This is what also, the curse of the Lord is in the house of the wicked, but he blesseth the habitation of the just. The house of the wicked, you could call Washington the house of the wicked. Now I know this is not a prophecy concerning Washington, but you could call Washington is a big house of the wicked right there. That whole place is wicked. Everybody up there is wicked as hell itself. Obama included. He's wicked as hell itself. Biden is wicked and stupid as hell itself. And so is the other crowd. And all the people that vote for him, and all the people that like him, and all the people that support all the trash he does, they're just as wicked and stupid as he is. Enter not into the path of the wicked, and go not in the way of evil men. Avoid it, pass not by it, turn from it, and pass away. For they sleep not, except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away, unless they cause some to fall. How about that? Don't enter the path of the wicked. Don't follow Obama. Don't follow people like him. Don't follow wickedness. Period. Don't follow any of them, really. Don't follow any of those retarded politicians. Don't believe any of the trash they say. Period. If they come out and say anything, don't believe a word of it. Just do what God says. Just follow the Bible. Just follow what God tells you to do. He's not lying to you. He's not going to tell you anything wrong, period. He's going to tell you right. Politicians won't ever tell you right. I'm just telling you. They won't tell you nothing right. They'll tell you what you want to hear, what they think you want to hear, so you'll support them. That's all they'll do. Obama will do that. Biden would do that. Hillary do that. John Kerry do that. Any one of the Republicans will do that. John what's his name, Boner, or whatever his name is, the guy, I don't remember, it's John Bonner or something like that. He's like the House Speaker or something. He's a Republican. He'll do it. They'll all do it. I don't care who they are. Any Republican, Democrat, they'll do it. Deep down, they're all politicians. They'll do it. They don't enter into their path. Don't go the way of these evil men. They're all evil. And the people that support them, and even people that are just like them are evil. The average American is evil. The ones that are lost are evil. The ones that support this trash are evil. The ones that say, well, you know, abortion's all right in some cases, you're evil. Well, I'm not gay, but I don't see any problem with a fag. You're evil. You're evil if you think that way. Well, Obama, I know he may have some problems, but he's really a Christian. No, he's not. He's evil. And you're evil. You actually think that doofus is a Christian? He supports the murder of babies. He thinks queers are all right. He said he was talking about God bless Planned Parenthood for what? Their murder of 50 million plus babies? Yeah, God bless them. Yeah. He takes guns, firearms, pretty much, and puts them into the hands of Mexican cartels, hoping that they will use them in America, and so he could blame guns for the problem. He gets caught, and then he just starts blaming and saying, oh, well, trying to, dodge the questions, and kind of like, I didn't know what was going on until now. I didn't really know, ignorance, I didn't know. Of course, everybody don't know when they get caught. I don't know who, I'm ignorant, I'm stupid, I don't know. And of course, what does the average person say? Well, really, it's Bush's fault because I don't know, they were talking something about that program was originally set up during Bush's time, so really, if you really think about it, it's his fault. His fault? He wasn't putting guns in the hands of cartels, ever. He wasn't doing that. He wasn't taking guns and saying, give them to the cartels and then tell them to come back up here, or let's hope they come back up here and start killing Americans so we can blame guns and take them out of the hands of the citizens somehow. Yeah, let's do that. That's the best way to work. That works. No, they didn't do that. It was escalated and set up to what it was now by Obama and Holder, but it's still Bush's fault though. And people won't blame Obama for it. It ain't his fault. But he's still a hero. Here's one. Turn not to the right hand, nor to the left. Remove thy foot from evil. The way of the wicked is as darkness. They know not at what they stumble. That's the way the wicked are. They're Obama, all those people up there, all people that follow him, and all people that stand with wickedness, all are doing the same thing. You're walking in darkness. You don't know where you're going. You don't know what you're doing. You're just following. You're just wandering around hoping that you're going to run into something good. Or you're walking around thinking you're going to run into something good. Like the Bible says, there's a way that seemeth right unto a man, but the ways thereof are the end of death. Every man is right in his own eyes. The way the man is pure in his own eyes. That's what the Bible says. The man's way is pure in his own eyes, but his ways lead to death. You're walking in darkness. The Bible says also, turn not to the right hand nor to the left. Remove thy foot from evil. Hey, don't follow the Republicans or the Democrats. Oh, right, left, far right, far left, left, right, and all this kind of stuff. Just get out of all that and just follow one thing. Just don't turn and listen to any one of them. Just turn and follow what's right and get away from evil. That means follow God and follow Him only. Whatever He tells you to do it. People ain't doing that now. They're following Obama whithersoever he goeth. The Bible says follow Christ whithersoever he goeth. These people that love Obama, they're following him whithersoever he goeth. They would love it. It would be the thrill of their life for him to just walk up one day and say, I have changed the Constitution. There is no longer a term limit. I can run until I die. I'm now president until my death. What would the average person do? They would cheer and shout and say, a glorious day for America. We have Obama as our leader till our deaths. He is now going to fix the whole problem. Glory be to Obama. Then maybe he sets up again. Oh great, I changed something else. I have now dissolved the presidency completely. I am now dictator Obama the first, and my family, my wife or daughter or whatever, whichever one is still alive when I die, will take over as the next queen or emperor or whatever, empress. I've dissolved the Senate and them. There's no longer, I am now supreme ruler. They'd all cheer him on. Yay! His followers would cheer him on still. They would love it even more. They say, first thing you need to do is get rid of all these people that are racist and haters and bigots that hate you and hate queers and are standing against abortion. Get rid of all of them for us, Obama. They'll make this place a truly progressive society and all this kind of stuff. They would stand for it and wouldn't stand against any of it. I'm serious. That's how stupid some people are. You're idiots that stand for stuff. And they would do it. They're so mesmerized by him, he could do that, and they'd stand for it without a problem.